Hi everyone, this is Ellen Bird with Birth of New Earth, and I want to talk to you guys today about cellular regeneration. Yesterday was my 6-month mark on my cellular regeneration process, and I thought that today I would be sharing with you a lot of the benefits that I've noticed over these 6 months, what my journey has been, etc., etc. And I feel like I'm at a different place, and I want to tell you what I've learned along the way and why I'm really doing this and how that's changed along the way and the bigger picture. I want to share with you guys today the bigger picture of what is going on. So, I started this journey wanting to aid my physical being in a lot of different detoxification from genetic weaknesses so that I could prevent certain diseases and certain patterns of disease passing on to future generations as well. And what I've been learning in this process about cellular regeneration is what I'm actually doing, what we as humans, by regenerating ourselves, have the ability to do is have more of us come online. And what I mean by that is more of me, more of my cells awakening inside of myself and being able to communicate with the cells inside of myself so that I am a network of highly functioning cells in a body. And the way I see it is kind of like a computer program, and more of me is actually becoming activated and lighting up and communicating with more and more of me. And so I am awakening at a cellular level. I am getting free at a cellular level because there is less stagnation, there is less darkness, there's less stickiness, there is less bits and pieces that aren't me that are able to now communicate more freely with bits and pieces that are more and more me, more and more awake, more vibrant and electric. I feel it. It's very obviously felt in my body that more of me is communicating with more of me. It's something that is hard to put into words. It's a felt level. And that has been such a gift. And we all have the ability to do this, which is so amazing. And, the more that I'm noticing my cells coming online and communicating and firing correctly, the more and more I have ease in every level of my being, in my interactions with the world, in my spiritual practices, and everything. That's why I said I don't want to list all the benefits because it is too great and it just continues. So what I'm doing, as I've mentioned before somewhat, is bigger than me, because yes, I'm noticing the benefits in this lifetime, and yeah, it's a huge gift to be giving ourselves, to be giving myself, but it's also benefiting my future generations, which is something I've also mentioned, because epigenetically, science, we're learning, it has been scientifically proven that we actually carry the genetic codes into future generations through, the woman is actually the bringer of the lymph system into their children. And so by cleaning out my lymph system, which is a huge part of how we regenerate ourselves, is by targeting the lymph system in the body, we pass that lymph system on to our kids. And so if I'm making a point of clearing out and totally allowing flow in my lymph system throughout my body, then my children get the gift of that, and so on and so forth down the line. And so yes, I'm resetting the slate for my own ancestry and my own future generations. And what I'm also noticing is when I am, because we are all electrical beings and we do live in a world of frequency and vibration, when I am vibrating closer and closer to my own design, my own full potential, my own, um, yeah, blueprint that I was born into this world to be and embody and inhabit, I that resonates a certain frequency. So people coming into my field can start seeing their own frequency clearer because my channel is becoming more clear. My mirror of reflection for other people. We are social beings. We do reflect back to each other different aspects of ourselves. And so by my vessel being really clear and by my channels being really clean, the mirror that I'm able to reflect that people coming into my field, it allows them to see themselves more clearly. And that makes it easier for them to step into their own potential and start their awakening process wherever they are in the process. Because we are here to awaken. And that's something that's become really clear to me. We are all here to awaken at this time, now, and we have to do it together. We're all connected. There's an interdependence that is invisible but felt once you get more highly sensitive. And what I'm doing, the whole journey of getting myself free, is becoming more and more sensitive to things that we can't see, to things that we weren't taught, to things that aren't on the three-dimensional plane, to things that are beyond. And, what I'm doing is I'm embodying more and more of myself. And what I'm noticing is there's much more to myself than what you can see, this physical three-dimensional version of Ellen. There's a lot more beyond that, which I also am, and it's pretty huge. I'm becoming really sensitive to the fact of how big we all are. And what I'm noticing is as I'm stepping out more and more, I'm healing the physical vessel as well. The physical vessel is the target because this is what we have to work with in the three-dimensional plane, in the material realm. I'm working in the body. I'm working in the physical aspect of my being. But what that's doing is it's giving me freedom in the physical aspect of my being. And so I'm starting to notice more and more and more beyond the physical aspect. And so once I'm inhabiting more space around me, once my energy expands beyond my physical vessel, I'm less attached to this physical form. I'm literally less attached. My being, my consciousness is less attached to the physical manifestation of my being. And so with that, I am literally stepping out of resonance and out of frequency with dis-ease, with pain, with physical ailments, with disorders, with stress, with anxiety, with depression, with all of these different things that being in a physical human form comes with. We signed up for this. Being in a physical human body comes with suffering. That's something that we all know deep inside of us. It's part of this incarnation, being a human, is that it comes with the material nature of things. And so transcending beyond the human form, the three-dimensional material nature of things, I am actually transcending beyond this body and transcending beyond my own human suffering. And it's a felt thing. It's not, we have this idea, maybe if you've studied Buddhism or other Eastern philosophies, or, there's lots of things are pointing to this, right? And we could think this, we could play a mental game with this. I like to call it mental masturbation. We could have this idea of what it's like to transcend beyond the physical form and have this whole idea of oneness and this, knowingness of oneness. But for me, you know, being raised skeptical, which I think is a beautiful thing, discernment, all of these things, I need to know things. We need to know things at a felt, real, experiential level to really be able to get to the next level. I see this life as an initiation process, and all the different, things we've been through throughout our life are allowing us to initiate further into the next step, all the traumas we've been through, all the heartbreaks, all of the different relationships that, we're coming into, we're coming up against, the tensions. It's all initiating us to become our fullest selves, to be letting go of anything that is holding us back from our fullest potential. And that's what I'm here to do. That's what we're all here to do. That's what I am shown that I'm doing. I'm putting myself out here to guide others in this way towards their own inner potential, towards their own selves. And I'm perhaps pioneering something by doing this cellular regeneration and making a point of doing it for so long, continuing and, following the ups and downs the whole way. But it is something ultimately that we all will have to do for ourselves if we actually are wanting to get free from the confines of our physical suffering and our physical form. So I see the importance of so much. So the importance of meditation. I've had my regular Vipassana meditation practice for the last 3.5 years. If I didn't have that, I would still potentially be in a complacent, painful, kind of confused, possibly addicted place where I was before. And, if it wasn't for my diet and what I'm doing in my body, meditation and diet, and, I think psychedelics have helped me a lot because I was using them intentionally for mind expansion, and ayahuasca helps me a lot because I'm intentionally using that as part of my spiritual practice. And what I'm finding, the consciousness, the adventures, the journeys in our consciousness, that's part of it, and it's really important to have that part of it where we can see things bigger beyond what we ever thought we could have. When I started journeying with ayahuasca, I thought before then that I was open-minded, and I got shown again and again that there's more and more openness to expand out into, and it's huge. It seems infinite at this point. And what I was realizing, was that the diet was something that was keeping me held back. That was something that was only allowing me to go so far. And I was eating healthy. I was eating so clean. I was eating way better than any standard American diet. And still there was something that was missing. And so for me, at a cellular level, when I heard about the fact that we are frugivores and that our digestive system is the same as a primate's digestive system, something in a cellular vibratory way, when that's happening in my body, I know something that is real. When I feel something at a cellular tingling way, I resonate with it. I know it's a truth. And so when I heard about the truth of us being frugivores, and I started on this journey of eating a mostly fruit diet, raw fruit diet, raw foods diet, with all of the beautiful enzymes and all of the vibratory nature of the foods that come straight from the earth, not being killed and cooked and broken down in their essence, that's when things really, really started to shift for me, was the way that I'm eating, the way I'm communing with my food, the way that um, I'm putting the life force into my body. It helps my meditations. It helps my psychedelic experiences. There's clarity there now because I don't have the stagnation and I don't have the different elements of nutrition that have been keeping me bogged down and keeping me sticky and keeping me mucusy and keeping me from accessing more and more of the truth, more and more of reality as it is. And so here I am in a place where I never could have imagined myself being. I I couldn't have ever imagined myself feeling as good as I do and living my life in such a real connected place as I am living now. I had to do it in order to know it. I couldn't have been told it by anybody, and I couldn't have just done it for a short period of time, because I understand now the importance of completely resetting the system so that it can be eating what it needs to be eating, what it's made to be eating, what it's meant to be eating. You know, the example I have of something similar is I had my first cat that we ever had. I got when I was 6 years old, and her teeth over time, she was getting really, really old, her teeth started rotting in her mouth fully, just like all rotten. And my mom took her into the vet and said that the cat had to get this really, really expensive surgery to get all of her teeth basically removed, I believe. They had to take them all out. And instead of spending the thousands of dollars on the surgery, my mom researched what cats are really supposed to be eating, and it's raw meat, raw chicken with the bones included. And so she started putting my cat on the diet that cats are made to be eating, meant to be eating. And within a matter of months, my cat's teeth completely regenerated. My mom took the cat back to the vet and they said, "What happened? Did you get the surgery? Like, did she, what happened? How did this happen?" And it was all because she put the cat onto the diet that cats are meant to be eating. And so the power of regeneration is real. And I'm here 6 months in to show you that, to embody that, to guide you in any way if you have any inclination towards regeneration, detoxification. I know the ups and downs and all arounds because I've been through it all, and I'm still on the journey. It's not a quick process, but what you will receive from this process is yourself back, and yourself that you've never known before, because it's bigger and better than anything you've ever been in this life. It's bigger and better than anything your ancestors have even been. It's the truth of your essence, and it's a glorious journey. I can't say it enough how joyous I am to be on this journey and to have found myself in the process, and to continue uncovering more and more of who I really am and what I'm really here to do and embody and embrace and allow. There aren't words for it. And so I thank you so much for watching this video today, and I will show you more of what I'm doing. And if you have any questions, please ask them. If you have any comments, please share. And just feeling really grateful for all of you, and bless us all in our journey towards total wellness, total wholeness, total peace, ease, grace, and abundance in this ride, this beautiful, beautiful journey that we call life. Thank you.